Something's very wrong with Taco Bell's new sliders. Now, this is the report of the week. This guy's like a taste tester, really um, top of the line. Like this is what he does, food critique. So lots of fun. Let's hear what he has to say. Taco Bell is shit. Anyway, like I mean, it really is. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm getting a fucking soggy taco, and it pisses me off because back in the day, Taco Bell was like pretty damn good. It was like like top of the charts good, you know. Anyway,
The report of the week. Thank you for checking in. So, as you could sort of see, it's like I'm almost trying to talk over the bag to reach you, right? You know, this massive bag is in the way. Surely there must be a massive item inside this, right? Wrong. But it might, according to some, be a massive release. Taco Bell has released steak and queso Crunchwrap sliders. That's right, they're sliders. They're from Taco Bell. A lot of people say that they're overpriced, but they're fun sized. So that negates everything. But there's something familiar about this, even though these are being branded as new. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's something about this that does seem familiar. Now, it could be simply that the Crunchwrap concept from Taco Bell has merely been implemented so many times, and that's where that's coming from. But I
so he hasn't even talked about the sliders yet, but honestly, um, if you don't eat this shit right away, it's garbage. Okay? Like you might as well when you go to the drive-through and they pass it to you, you might as well as soon as they hand it to you just start eating that. Just down the hatch. Okay? And the reason why is because it will just turn into a soggy, greasy mess. And you know, I don't know. I think I could eat like the Doritos Locos Tacos probably in like less than 3 minutes. It's, and there's three tacos in that meal. And the reason I can eat it so fast is because I just don't want to eat a fucking soggy taco.
We shall see. The price for these, you get two of them for the price of $5. But again, they're fun sized, so you're paying for fun.
Huh.
Two per order. Inside of these is grilled steak, chipotle sauce, pico de gallo, cheddar cheese. Then they have a miniature tostada shell inside. It's in the shape of a hexagon. And then they also have this new green chile verde sauce for dipping. $5 per order. Decent sized bag, as I mentioned, right? And if they're good, they're
I just gotta say this. Just listening to that made me nauseous.
good. I don't really mind one way or another. But then, out of all of this, that's that's them. Here's the sauce
The bag is to
and
contain
some
the
napkins.
grease.
So after all that, the big reveal. That's the actual size of the item, right?
Oh shit.
I
Yeah.
found that sort of funny, and I was just playing off of it a little bit. And then you could actually see inside how the actual size of the little
What the
sliders
hell is
are.
that? They look like a. It looks like if Starbucks tried to make a taco.
They come in this little pouch here under with the Taco Bell logo,
I guess they're
and
sliders, right? So they slide right
I
down your
might
throat.
finally
Is
get
that
a
the point of
thumbnail
them?
shot that I might actually use here. I'll do a sad face.
You know what? He used the sad face in the
There we
thumbnail.
go. We could really examine all the intricacies of the Taco Bell. again. There you have it. You know why they call these
Yo, homie
sliders,
needs
right?
to cut his nails. Jeez, bro.
Because you could slide them.
Is it really? Is that really
And
what
you
they're
could see
called?
relative
Sliders like that? You could slide them on
to
the
my
fucking
tie
table?
knot, even. The tie knot is almost bigger than this. So that's something. All right, let's try out these new sliders from Taco Bell. They are small, aren't they? But maybe they're good. Try them out with the sauce. See if they're any good or not. $5 for a two-piece going in.
I wonder if bro eats everything like this. Just, uh-huh.
It's fun-sized.
Yo.
Go, really go, go, shoot, 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 shoot. Take your shades out. Take your shades out. Hold the 200. Hold the 200. Take your shades out. Come on, soldier.
Don't you even think about not swallowing.
One more chew. It's so dry. Just swallow it. Just swallow.
Like,
Not that there's anything bad in them while I'm thoroughly examining it, but it's because what I really can't taste in this. That's why.
what you can't taste? What do you mean by that? Do you not taste the grease?
Wouldn't particularly call this enjoyable. This is one of those things that if I were forced to eat it and I had no other choice, I would. But if it were by my own accord and I were given the choice to eat something that tasted better than this, I would obviously choose that over this. As if I needed to elaborate that much.
Yeah. You know, I don't think the sour cream was gonna make it better. And I don't know about you guys, but like I have utter disappointment in fast food these days now because it's like everything has become this, where it's like the quality is so low that it makes you question if you should ever buy it again. And honestly, I don't eat out much anymore. Like if I go to eat out, like I would rather hit a sushi spot or like go somewhere like not Taco Bell. Um, but I occasionally want that childhood nostalgia. But every time I go, I just get stomach aches. It's just see still
Not a fan. Especially not a fan of that sauce.
it's sour cream.
So the slider concept, I think, could work. There's definitely, and this is the thing, mind you. I go into these reviews with the understanding, of course, of where fast food is these days, right? And especially when it's Taco Bell that we're talking about, you know the way it goes. And that's not to say there aren't good releases from Taco Bell. I mean, as a matter of fact, there was that item from them. What was it? The other day, even the milk bar thing, the churro. That thing was excellent. It's one of the best fast food desserts I've had.
Yeah, I
So
give them that.
they
They've
have
got
hit
some
or
pretty
miss
good ones.
releases,
Yeah.
and it's understandable, therefore, that you get some good, you get some bad. Not only is this overpriced, but it is lacking in so many ways. Without that sauce, it's just lacking. It's one of those things that I feel I succinctly summed up in so much that if
You're
you're
forced to
forced to
eat
eat it,
it.
if you have no other choice, you'll be able to eat it. You'll be able to tolerate it. Probably won't particularly enjoy it, but you could stomach it. Pretty much anyone could. It'll just be like, yeah. this is low quality, subpar, overpriced food, but I could eat it. I could stomach it. All right, whatever. Had no other choice. I could eat it. Life goes on. You introduce this sauce. This has got to be one of the. This is horrible. The sauce itself, maybe it's just botched because I've had some of these sauces that they describe as like a chile verde sauce, right? And this is just weird. This is just
Sour cream.
it has a little bit of spice to it. Now I will emphasize that, and I think that's what they were going for here. That maybe it's supposed to be a little bit of spice to it, and it's supposed to have maybe a slight contrast. I'm not really sure. There's a spicy element. At the same time, though, this has this thick, creamy consistency, though, not in a good way, however. It's more akin to like if something has been, and I'm just not saying that this is how it actually is, this is merely what I could relate to it as being. Something that's been over expired and has essentially curdled, for lack of a better word,
Disgusting.
and it has that sort of consistency to
Yeah.
it, and then
Oh
this
my God.
lingering, very off-putting, almost sourness to it. And again, I don't necessarily think that was intentional. So to have such an unpleasant texture and this sour note to it that again I really don't think is supposed to be there, or if it is, was horribly executed, and then a little bit of spice makes this sauce horrible. I despise this sauce simply for how bad it is, and for the fact that, like I said, I've had sauces like this before from Taco Bell that aren't they're nothing like this. So I see the wasted potential here. I think of some of the various verde sauces that they have done previously that have actually been really good, and if it were anything like that, this is a whole. It would at least add something to this. But this sauce is vile. It really is. It's disgusting, and uh, no, thank you. Not one single bit. You couldn't pay me to if you said, "Oh, come on, review, brah. You've got the duck tie on. How much would it take for you to just guzzle this thing down?" I'd say, "I don't care. I'm not going to do it."
Well, yeah, I'm not buying anything from Taco Bell. It's disgusting. I used to love Taco Bell too, you know. Anyway,